with Bash Bros movies, and it took us a while to record the review for this movie that we've seen a while ago, but I don't think our opinions changed all that much.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I saw Pacific Rim in 2013, when we seen it together, was it in 3D? I think so, I don't remember. It's been a while.
It was a while back.
There was a scene in the trailer that I loved in the first movie, when that big robot takes that tanker and uses it as a baseball bat to slash that kaiju and beat him up. Dude, there's just something about Pacific Rim that took me by surprise, and I just loved the movie. And the music in it only added, by Ramin Djawadi, only added to the overall feel of the movie. And so I never expected to see a sequel. I never expected a sequel. I didn't even want the sequel. I don't even know why they did it, because
well, the first one was so good and it was so nicely done that you really didn't, I get why you want to make a sequel, but you didn't need a sequel that continues exactly after the original.
I think it's been a few years since the original. I mean,
10 years.
Yeah.
But it's not,
which
and
makes
you get
sense.
like the next generation of whatever, because the way the whole Pacific Rim, I can rewatch that movie.
Dude,
like you put it in right now, I'll watch it.
It's ultimately rewatchable, fun movie with great music, with great effects, with great plot,
acting, great
characters,
special effects.
Yeah,
everything about it is like yes.
Everything,
this is perfect.
Everything is going for that movie. And why are we building it up? Because simply put, I was sorely disappointed with the Uprising. Pacific Rim Uprising is, and I hate to say this because I love the first Pacific Rim. It's like one of my all-time favorite movies of all time.
Too. Just because everything came together so nicely in that movie.
I just love that Ramin Djawadi score, man. And because
there's a speech,
the apocalypse, it's the best, dude. It's the best speech since the president Bill Pullman's in Independence Day. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Come on, man. And so when they announced Uprising, I was excited. I was
like, okay.
I was okay.
Then they were like, John Boyega's in it. Scott East was in it.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm digging where this is going. And the thing is, I did not know where the plot was. I didn't know it was gonna happen.
I didn't want to know anything about this movie.
Okay, one isn't Ron in it. Where's Charlie? Where's
And I didn't want to know anything about this movie, so I was able to skip all the trailers. I was able to not see one of them.
I saw one when I was in London.
Yeah, you told me about it, and you said we could expect some pretty cool stuff in this movie, based on that trailer. Anyways,
everything that was in the trailer, trailers portrayed a picture that you did not see. Not just because I'm not gonna say it's deceiving, but really the way they build up the trailers, at least the one that I saw, it doesn't reveal anything about the plot of the movie, which is exactly what you want in a trailer. You don't want the plot revealed.
Exactly.
That's why even after watching the trailer, I was like, okay, there's some cool stuff gonna happen.
This movie?
Maybe.
Okay, let's
call that a semi-spoiler.
We'll tell you if we
come to it. So the trailer didn't spoil anything, didn't reveal the plot. So I was like, okay, there's some cool stuff happening here, and all this cool stuff that I saw in the trailer happened in the movie.
Yeah.
But the plot was never revealed. So when the plot was revealed in the movie, I was like, okay.
And I took you told me the trailer was pretty cool. And
the trailer was.
Yeah, and I believed you.
Like the fighting scenes between the kaiju and the...
Yeah. But I was like, okay, he's seen the trailer, he says...
But there was no plot revealed.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, let's wait till we see the movie. And then when the movie started, I was like, okay, this looks good, okay, this is John Boyega is Idris Elba's son. This is cool. I like the aspect of the life after the kaiju, after closing the Pacific Rim and living on the outskirts and people trying to build their own Jaegers, that was pretty cool aspect of it, and and everybody's trying to get their hands on the parts of the old Jaeger robots that were discarded or just laying around and nobody picked them up or whatever, and that's illegal, and you know, stuff like that. And
yeah,
then
you
that,
can't have your cage. You can't have your
yeah, and then November, what's his name, fighting the small homemade Jaeger, you know. We later found out it's called Scrapper. That was fun, you know. They were fighting on the beach, and then John Boyega was there, you know, kind of by accident, kind of not. He was sticking his nose into something that wasn't his business. You know, it was all cool and fun. And then the Japanese actress, what's her name, kind of shows up again, you know, and she, you know, and she kind of grew up with, and she grew up with John Boyega, you know. They had shared the same father, even though he was not technically her father, and blah blah blah.
She's the girl who teamed up with Charlie's character.
Yeah, and yeah, and that was fun. And it was fun. I still, dude, I will always go back to Pacific Rim, and I will always love it. But Pacific Rim Uprising, I had no idea what they were like. The effects in this movie are superb. Okay, that's one thing I can't argue against. Like, the visual effects in this movie are superb, top notch. You can really see they went, they didn't spare anything on the special effects or visual effects and sound effects even. And but the plot, man, they kind of announced this kaiju uprising coming up again, you know. The rift in the Pacific Rim is gonna tear open again, even though we sealed it forever. And I was cool with that, but it was just going nowhere. And then the Charlie Day shows up, and the other guy, the other scientist from the first movie, which were one of, like, they were the best comic relief next to Ron Perlman in that movie, okay? Like, the stuff with Ron Perlman and them, even though they were never technically together on the screen, even though it happened at one point in time.
When Charlie was with
well,
them.
yeah. When they were getting the brain of the kaiju. But it's like, this movie, I just wanted it to end, man. It wasn't even torch, it was just...
It wasn't that bad, but it has a couple of huge Pacific Rim size gaps.
I like what you did there, dude.
Thank you.
We're all about puns here, so welcome to the pun land.
Up to... Because like you said, when they say, you know, the Pacific Rim Uprising, you kind of expect the kaiju to come back.
Yeah.
Rift somehow reopens whatever their names were.
And why did they rename Gypsy Danger into Gypsy Avenger? What's up with that?
I don't know. But the thing was, just the way they went about it was like, yeah, they could have done that differently. Because I think it would have been, spoiler alert. I said spoiler alert before I spoiled the movie.
Yes,
now I'm gonna spoil the movie for you. 3, 2, 1, you still here?
Fine.
Okay. All 3 of you who stayed, prepare to be spoiled. The fact that Charlie Day's character ends up being the traitor because he, how do you call him?
Mind melds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use mind meld, but I'm gonna use the Star Trek term here for obvious reasons.
He kept a brain of a kaiju behind, and they kind of fell in love. He called her Angelica or something. I don't even care.
I don't even remember that, but I know that by the end of the movie he got possessed by a kaiju.
Yeah, because there was like mind melding with the thing every day.
That's why I said the mind meld.
When he got home from work.
Anyways,
the way they went about it.
To me, that all was water, but it was like the
way. Just like, listen, had they made it that the rift reopened and kaiju came back stronger, better, because now they knew the Jaegers they were fighting, I would go with that.
Well, they did bring back like 3 kaijus from somewhere. I don't remember where, because I kind of fell asleep.
I'm not surprised at all. But here's what happened. There was a Chinese company who was gonna produce the drone Jaegers. Basically, you would no longer needed pilots, 2 pilots to operate them. You didn't need, the response time wouldn't be as long because you need choppers to chopper them to the location where the kaiju showed up, stuff like that. With the drones, that wasn't gonna happen. Well, here's the thing: Charlie Day worked on the drones, and he basically infused every drone with a kaiju brain.
Yeah.
So when they did deploy the drones, kaijus took over.
Yeah.
the drones, and drones starting to open up rifts. That's how the three kaijus came through. And then they destroy all the Jaegers except like they were were able to fix 4 of them. Well, 3 of them and the Gypsy Avenger, who was intact after the whole thing that happened. It's just like there's, like you said, Pacific side, the way they went about it, and then when it turned the final fight, basically kaijus are going to Mount Fuji because they can basically blow up Mount Fuji and terraform. They're gonna terraform. There's gonna be so much destruction and damage from that. That itself is gonna terraform the earth for them, and then they can come back. So you have 3 kaijus and 4 Jaegers, and then Charlie Day basically fuses 3 kaijus together into some like giant kaiju monster thing.
Yeah, I remember that part too. Yeah,
and then there's a whole the fighting scenes in so just
superb. Yeah, superb fighting
plot
scenes.
Points. Had the rift reopened, had the descendants or whatever their name is, the guys who lead the kaijus
or whatever. Exactly our point, man.
Had one of those found another way to open up the rift that either Sable closed, this would have been a lot better movie than Charlie Day turning traitor and infusing kaiju brains with modern Earth technology.
I'm not saying the Charlie Day backstabber / villain is a bad thing. I'm just saying it didn't make for a good movie.
It didn't work out.
Yeah. It was
This was based on the Pacific Rim, the original one, the first one, the only one. This movie had so much potential.
Agreed.
The direction there were a couple of directions they could have taken this movie in. I'm just saddened by the fact that they picked the wrong direction.
And then to top it all off, they take the perfect Ramin Djawadi score and they butcher it.
Well, they didn't really butcher it.
They butchered it, man. They butchered it. Okay?
Well, here's the thing, they kind of needed a new score for the new movie. And you know what? I rather like this score than the original score on this movie.
The original score is way better, man.
I never said it was, but the original movie was way better.
True. But to me,
the score itself
Ramin Djawadi's score was definitely. They didn't use that. If they had used that score, maybe the movie had been better overall. I don't know, because even that specific score that Ramin Djawadi made, they only used it in the original movie a few times, and that was always when they were getting into the Jaeger and when they were assembling the Jaeger. And
they used it here, the variation of it.
And there's a clip on YouTube. If you look up Ramin Djawadi's like Pacific Rim score. There's somebody made a clip. They basically took out random scenes from the movie and put them into the Ramin Djawadi score scene, and makes for a pretty good visual and sound clip. So it's fun to watch.
Not surprising there.
But yeah, to me, I'm gonna rate this movie as a 16 out of 30. Okay, I said it. Okay, because it was painful to watch. It's not like if this is the first movie I'm watching. Let's say if this is the first, like, if this is like the first robot monster movie that I'm watching, I'm gonna want to watch original Pacific Rim after this. I'm gonna want to watch Transformers. I'm gonna want to watch, I don't know, some version of Godzilla and King Kong and whatever, you know. And so yeah, I can't say this movie is bad because it's really like it has.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It has good like the Charlie Day villainy thing. I thought it was perfect, but just
the way they went about
the way everything went about everything. It didn't mesh for some reason.
I can go as low as 16 just because it is Pacific Rim, and I did like it. Listen, you put John. Well, not really John. You put Scott Eastwood at this point in the movie. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna watch this movie.
He's just there to attract the ladies, dude. Female audience. Let's get female audience in. Let's put in Scott Eastwood because he has the pecs. He's.
Well, they could have picked anybody for the pecs. But here's the thing. I generally liked the movie. I did not love it just because, like I said, it has a couple of.
So what's your rating?
20.
20.
I can go low because Would
Not
I
even
still,
19.
Not even 19.
The rewatchability factor on this, dude. I mean,
I could rewatch it occasionally.
Occasionally, I'd rather watch the first one, man.
Dude, I can watch first one any day, every day.
You can,
So I'm not even gonna start to compare the rewatchability factor of the Uprising versus the Pacific Rim original one.
Yeah, of course.
Just because the Pacific Rim,
no,
the original one,
it's a good sequel. It's a good sequel.
It is a good sequel.
Yeah, I mean,
could have been better, yes. Just listen. Yeah.
It is what it is, people.
The spoiler part that I told you about, that pretty much ruined the movie. Had they went about it differently. Because that's the part that he slept through. And I was so infused in watching the movie, I didn't even figure out he fell asleep. His head rested on my shoulder at one point, and I was like, I didn't even look. I just figured out he was tired, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it like this now. And I was like, yeah. Whatever, because I was watching the movies, because I was just waiting
We're
for
brothers, come on, man.
Yeah. So, never mind. It's not the first time you fell asleep on my shoulder. And the thing, no pun intended on that one. But, generally, I was watching the movie, I wanted to like the movie, and I liked the movie. I did not love the movie.
We went without any expectation. We just wanted to see a good movie. We wanted to see a good sequel. I wanted to hear some more of Rami Javadi's score.
And we watched an okay movie.
Yeah, it was okay.
It wasn't great. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I gave it a 16.
You can watch it.
It's not a 15. It's not a 10. It's 16.
You can watch it. Well, you could have gone long.
I could have gone 15, man.
You could have gone higher too. That's all I'm saying. While he has a couple of plot holes, it's generally still a good movie. Is it watchable? Yes. I tell you, watch it at least once.
Agreed. Listen,
watch it at least once.
Don't give it any money. Watch it when it comes out on Netflix or DVD, Blu-ray, Amazon, Google Play, whatever.
Wherever you watch your movies on, yeah.
It's just when you have a party, like if you're having a birthday party or you have friends over and you want to play some board games or something, you need some noise in the background, you can put this movie on. And you can play your board games, your Dungeons and Dragons or whatever you're playing these days. And, you know, play the movie. You don't have to follow it all that much, and you can stick with the game and have fun at the same time. So, yeah.
You can watch it once. It's not gonna kill you. You might fall asleep. He did.
I didn't miss anything important though. So I remember asking you at one point how that happened, and then you told me, and that was it. So yeah, I missed like one.
Yeah, but generally action is there. The visuals are stunning.
Yeah,
to say the least. It's an okay movie. It's a good movie.
But they butchered Ramin Javadi's scores. So for that, I can't recommend this. I can't in good faith.
He's big on scores and soundtracks.
Dude, we talked about...
Sometimes he rates a movie based on whether he liked the score. That's it from us. We're not gonna go in there.
That's a jab at my Warcraft, but whatever, man.
We're not gonna go there.
Until next time, Bears Bros up.